The natural progression of a series leads us to visiting Hoenn today, as once again, I'm planning to stump you guys and create a team that I can surely say nobody has ever used before. While some of you tried to claim you used the Kanto team before in your first gen playthroughs, basically nobody tried to make the same claim with the Johto team. That's great, but it also sets the bar high. I have to come up with a team even less used than a team never used this time. I'm pretty confident I managed to do so today using Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald as a base. I didn't just sit here and say, let's do 4 bad Pokemon and maybe 2 that are good, but just rarely used. We got bad Pokemon, we've got great Pokemon that turns people off, and we've got one near impossible to get. I went and pulled a little something from every corner. I think this time, you guys are gonna end up thinking this team is pretty cool. So, no more with the intro. I want to get into it, so let's go. So, we'll get started by kicking the starter Pokemon to the curb, because just saying, using any one of the 3 automatically makes it more likely that this team somehow has been used. You don't need to worry though, because we're going to replace the starter with a Wurmple. You can get it right when a Pokeball is in hand, so it's perfect. I decided on Beautifly as the Pokemon to use for this team as its starter, as it's obviously pretty bad and I feel doesn't get used as much as Dustox does by most people. You'll need your Wurmple to evolve into Silcoon, and if it doesn't, then you'll have to try again. However small it is, that can be a bit inconvenient. So in the context of this video, it helps work against people using a Beautifly. Though I'll admit, it isn't hard to just go get Silcoon in the Petalburg Forest. When you get Beautifly, you've got a nice little bug, and it, well, why don't we just look at its moveset and see exactly what it offers. So, you've got Beautifly, and it's using Giga Drain, Aerial Ace, Psychic, and Silver Wind. It's not the worst moveset on the planet by any stretch, but it definitely would be nicer on a better Pokemon. There's no physical special split in these games too, so that should be thought about. So Giga Drain is going to be learned at level 38, and Silver Wind a few levels before that at 34. Aerial Ace has to be learned via TM that you win from Winona, and then finally Psychic you can get at the Mauville Game Corner. Obviously you'll need money to get it, but it's well worth said cash. That's it. And while Beautifly might be the most likely to end up on a team, I still maintain the thought that most people steer away from ever putting it on their team. It's also the most boring one on the team, quite frankly, so I think I'm gonna move on. So, speaking of hunting down some Pokemon in the Petalburg Forest, the next one you're gonna look for is Slakoth. It'll be a little time consuming getting it, but once you do, you'll work towards evolutions at both level 18 and 36, so you end up with Slaking. It's easily one of the strongest Pokemon in the franchise up to this point, but that Truant ability is so detrimental. The fact that you can never attack 2 turns in a row is ludicrous, and it's definitely enough to keep it off of many people's teams. It doesn't matter how strong it is or how it can take hits, some people just struggle to look beyond how annoying that ability is. Plus, what self-respecting trainer would ever try to run Beautifly and Slaking on the same team together to begin with? That's just asinine. Though, even then, 160 base attack and 100 speed is probably the sort of stat line that can make people look past a bad ability. So I guess that while Slaking is probably lesser used than many Pokemon, it's still probably one of the more used Pokemon we'll have on the team today. Strength, Brick Break, Feint Attack, and Return are the moves I have chosen for Slaking. Strength is an HM you get in the Rust Turf Tunnel after you smash the rocks away. It's nice for stab, and probably one of the best offensive uses of the HM. Then Brick Break is gotten long down the line in the game when you're in Pseudopolis City. I suppose Rock Smash is probably the best move in its place. Then we've got Feint Attack learned at level 19, and Return, which is a TM you were given in Fall Arbor Town after you return the meteorite that your version's evil team stole. So again, I think people look away from Slaking a bit due to this Truant ability. But the truth is, there are people who do still use it, and it's probably used more often than I give credit for. For example, Chugga and his Pokemon Emerald playthrough. So far though, I think we definitely have the making of a team that's never used. So let's just go ahead and seal this team's fate, shall we? The next Pokemon is nearly impossible to get, with the only ones actually putting in on their team being people who were willing to spend hours upon hours indulging in many steps and then a tedious bit of fishing. You already know. Milotic is coming through with its great power to really drive home our topic of the day. You need to head to Route 119 and do a full check of the entire route trying to get Feebas to come up, as it's available in only 6 of the many tiles of water. And they're all random. You're going to have nearly an impossible time finding this damn thing. And then when it comes to evolving it, oh man. You've got to get its beauty to the max stat and then level it up. And that involves feeding it many of the correct Pokeblocks. You've got to jump through so many intricate and annoying hoops. But finally, you'll have a Milotic. Now, to be fair, some people love that challenge. They're going to go out of their way to try and put Milotic on their team, specifically because it is so stupid hard. But I feel that just halfway through this team already, the odds of anyone using this one are less than 1%. So Milotic has got Surf, Waterfall, Ice Beam, and Toxic. Surf is obtained after beating Norman. Waterfall is around when you earn the 8th badge, then Ice Beam is available either from the abandoned shipwreckage or the Mauville Game Corner. Finally, we've got Toxic, a TM in the Fiery Path if you have access to Strength. It's a super nice moveset that gets the most out of Milotic's strengths. But like I said earlier, this thing sucks to get, and just served as the perfect water type for us. I actually originally was going to use Kingdra on the team, but Milotic just fits the bill too well. Let's move into the second half of the team, which is just going to be a bunch of random Pokemon that guarantee you've never used this one. We'll start with Camerupt, available as a Numel on Route 112. You catch it, evolve it at level 33, and that's it. I think the reason Camerupt probably isn't used as much is because a lot of people choose Swampert or Blaziken as starters, and either one sort of makes Camerupt unnecessary. Now, let's go to the moveset. Now, Camerupt has Flamethrower, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Takedown for its moveset today. Flamethrower can be learned at level 41, and Earthquake at level 35. That is if you wait to evolve Numel until then. I think it's sort of worth it, so that's what I would do if I were using this team. Then Rock Slide is going to have to be heart scaled back on in Fall Arbor Town, as Camerupt would normally learn it at level 33, but I believe if you wait to evolve it, you won't be able to learn it then. I don't know that for sure though, so please correct me if I'm wrong. Finally, we've got Takedown, learned at level 29. So, like I said before, I think Camerupt is less used by trainers who play because of the starter they use. When you have either the fire or ground typing covered already, why choose to use Camerupt over Torkoal or maybe Ninetales if you're going to double up? I know it might be a reason you guys would push back on, but I mean hey, it falls right in with this topic. Next, we have Absol, a popular Pokemon that honestly I just felt like including on here. I'm already so sure that there's no chance that this team has been replicated, that I just decided on 2 random Pokemon that I wanted to just spotlight today. So Absol is found on Route 120, right outside of Fortree City. It just hangs around and you can catch it. And now you'll have a reminder of your emo teenage years around you at all times. It's probably used a fair amount by people, but hey, like I said, who has ever tried pairing it with the 4 other Pokemon? Time to bust out that moveset. Absol has Bite, Fire Blast, Thunder, and Blizzard. That's right, a moveset of coverage. Bite is like the best dark type move it gets unfortunately, learned at level 24. Then for the 3 coverage TMs, you can just go and get them from the Lilycove department store, and boom, you've got the moveset. And no, this video is not sponsored by the Lilycove department store, I can promise you that. So, cut my life into pieces, this is my last resort. Suffocation. No, I'm kidding. I will never do that again, my bad. Absol isn't heading to the Warp Tour this year, guys, and instead, it's going to join us on this team that nobody has ever used. So let's wrap the team up with Muck, which some people probably even forgot is in Hoenn, honestly. Grammar just stinks up the fiery path, and you have to wait until level 38 for it to evolve. I don't have a good reason for including Muck on the team today, honestly. When I looked at the other 5 Pokemon on this team, I just felt like Muck really fit well with them, and was probably so obscure in the grand scheme of things in the region that it would be a final stamp on stuff. So let's just look at our final moveset. Sludge Bomb, Minimize, Acid Armor, and Rock Smash is the final moveset today. Muck uses Sludge Bomb for nice stab damage, and learns it at level 47. Then Minimize is learned at level 19, and Acid Armor at level 34. I wanted to make Muck a little annoying, so I figured using moves that boost its defenses and evasion would be great. Finally, I just decided to go with Rock Smash just in case you run into something that Sludge Bomb can't do much against. It's not exactly the most coverage-filled moveset, but it definitely can learn some moves. So there you have it, our finalized team of Beautifly, Slaking, Milotic, Camerupt, Absol, and Muck. I think we actually managed to top the Johto team, as I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10 on the nobody has used this scale. It's just not the kind of team I can believe anyone trying to convince me of having used. There's no starter, there is an annoying Pokemon like Slaking, a very difficult to obtain Pokemon in Milotic, and then a bunch of just random monsters that have better options than them out there. That's it though, another video in this series down the drain. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you can think of a reasonably less used team than this. I don't think it'll be easy unless you get super ridiculous with it. I'll be on the lookout. And with that, I'll see you again real soon for Sinnoh. Welcome back to the outro, folks, your favorite part of the video. Thank you for enjoying another Mystic Umbreon video. We made it through the end of the 8th generation, and now we begin the long trek into late 2022 where Pokemon Scarlet and Violet await us. It's a whole new world we'll live in, but we still gotta catch them all. However, there's still a ton of videos to do and experiences to have until then. If you're interested in more Mystic content, check out my TikTok and the Mystic Umbreon Shorts YouTube channel. If we get the 10k followers on TikTok, I'll be doing a viewer's choice video. If you like Genshin Impact, check out my Genshin channel Teibachinary. So if you all enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. See you next time.